Hello and welcome back to week 3 of the 75 book challenge. We have something we need to discuss. I think I may be in a reading slump. Yes, I know. If you haven't seen last week's video, make sure to go do that right now. We're going to be trying to prevent a reading slump. Starting out, I'm going to be reading Just for the Summer by Abby Menace. I'm hoping that a fun summer read will help me from being in a slump. Maybe I'll try to read a book by an author I know that I love, or continue a started series. Really pulling out all the stops to try to prevent this reading slump, because I feel it lurking around the corner. I know it's trying to come for me, and I really honestly just don't have the time for that. I'm supposed to be reading for 45 minutes each day for 75 days. Do you think I have time for a reading slump? No, I'm supposed to be flying through these books, okay? That's like my goal, at least, trying to get through my TBR. How am I gonna do that if I'm in a reading slump? And don't you worry, I'm gonna be forcing myself to read for 2 45-minute reading sessions every day. You will not catch me failing this challenge. During this challenge, I read my first Abby Menace, which was Part of Your World, and this is a part of that series. It's interconnected, I believe. It follows Emma and Justin, and Justin makes a Reddit post. Every girl that he's been with, when they break up, they find their soulmate. And Emma comes across a Reddit post. She has to message him because the same thing has been happening to her. They start talking back and forth, and he poses that go out on a couple dates over the span of a month, and then in theory when they break up they should find their soulmates. Love is bound to bloom. She is a travel nurse and he lives in Michigan. She has no want or need to move there, and her sister have a tradition where every 3 months they move states together, and Michigan is not on the list of states to move to. Maybe she'll try to change that plan for him. We will see. I'm excited to start reading this. I am on chapter 7 and I'm really liking it so far. It's really easy to get into. Emma has convinced her sister to move with her to Michigan, and her and Justin are going to start doing their trial dates. I believe they're doing 4 dates over the span of a month, and they're going to be around 2 to 3 hours long, and they have to kiss by the end of it. It's very planned out. They have good banter. I think they're very cute. I mean, they haven't met in person yet, so we will see. But Justin's mom is about to go to prison, and his father passed away, so he's about to get custody of his 3 younger siblings. Emma is deciding whether or not she wants to do a DNA test to find her dad, because the only family she has is her adoptive sister that she's very close with, and her mom, who only calls her once in a blue moon for money, is very unreliable. So her sister is trying to convince her to get a DNA test, but she's on the fence about it. 4 dates, a kiss, and a breakup. That's all it will take to find their soulmate. I'm gonna go eat dinner, and then I will be back to read some more. Okay, so I read longer than 45 minutes because I really like it. I think this book is enough to possibly... Okay, I was gonna say I think that this book is enough to keep me from not being in a reading slump, but sometimes that's not the case, because sometimes I'll read a good book when I'm in a slump, and then once I finish the book I'm still in a slump, and it was just a one-off. It was just so good that it broke through my slump, but I'm still actually here, so I guess we'll have to see. But as of right now, I'm really liking it. They're fake dating, but they're clearly liking each other, and they're even being honest and admitting that they're supposed to go on 4 dates, but now they've hung out like 3 times already, and she hasn't even been here for like a week, and they just get along really well. Also, her mother showed up. She thinks that her mom is good now. Her sister is very upset about her mom being there and very skeptical. There's some conflict between Emma and her sister now. I don't know, I see both sides. Emma is an adult. She can decide how she wants to deal with her mother. Like, you can chill. I really like Justin. I like his relationship with his siblings. Super sweet. This is the second book in this challenge that I've read where the guy is taking, like, has custody of his younger siblings. And you know, I actually love that. It's just so sweet because, like, you can tell how much they care for their siblings. It's just so sweet. I don't know how, like, what else to say about it. I'm on page 163. I think I'm like 40% in, I'd say. And I'm really liking it. And I'm excited to continue it tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow for day 16. Good morning. Welcome to day 16. I'm going to be continue reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I am really liking it so far, so I'm excited to continue. That is Leo, by the way. I think I'm becoming an Abby Jimenez fan after this book. And I like the last one too. I might feel a 5-star. Who knows? I read until chapter 29 and I'm really liking it. I really like the dynamic. I really like the relationship. They're very sweet. It's very genuine. They both kind of have admitted to themselves and each other that they feel like there's actually something there and that they don't want it to end. Never wanted to be with someone who has kids, and even though they aren't his kids, he is going to be their legal guardian and he will be taking care of them. So it's like he has kids. Change her and her sister's routine, but even her sisters called her on me like, don't blame me for your decision. If you decide to not stay here with this amazing guy, do not blame me. Do not make it seem like I'm the one making you pack up your life every 6 weeks. Like, you could easily just say you want to stay. Final update of the day. I read to chapter 38, so I only have I only have this tiny bit left. I'm definitely gonna finish it tomorrow, and I feel like it's gonna be a 5-star. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm on page 318. I just am really loving it. I'm loving how honest the characters are with each other. I like that they act their age. I like the relationship between Justin and his siblings. I like her relationship with his siblings. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 17 for the first 45-minute reading session, and I did start the second 45-minute reading session, but I finished the book, so I wanted to come talk to you before starting reading something else. So I rated it 5 stars. I loved this book. I loved it so much. I thought that the characters' relationship was good. I loved it. I loved the banter. There's a lot of serious things that happen in Abby Jimenez's books. Oh, and I figured out how this one is connected to Part of Your World, so that was interesting. I'm gonna have to read really all of her other books because I really liked both of them. This one is definitely my favorite. Good summer vibes. They didn't do much summer activities. Like, I thought they'd be frolicking on the beach. Not really, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked the characters. I think that by the end, Emma had a lot of emotional growth. I like how they tied in all the characters, and I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I read this, and I really liked it. Now on to the next. I read For the Wolf, and I was really dragging my feet, to be honest. I only read like 2 chapters, I think. Now, I DNF'd this book before, so I don't really know what I was expecting. I'm going to keep reading because I do like this author. I love the Foxglove. What is it? I don't even know. The Foxglove King. And then I read The Hemlock Queen. I haven't read The Nightshade God yet, but I really love that series. So I was excited for this book, but so far it's not really giving me anything. And I'm kind of, the writing is kind of feeling a little juvenile, which it is an adult book, I believe. I think. There are 2 daughters. One is For the Wolf. obviously, and one is for the crown. One is supposed to rule the kingdom, the other is supposed to be given to the wolf, who's just a man. He's just a man. This is kind of giving uprooted. And everyone's trying to convince her to run away so she doesn't have to go to this guy, this random mystery man. But she wants to go because there was one night where her and her sister went out to the woods, and she's had this dark magic calling out to her ever since, and she has to go back. She has to like see what it is and see him. Oh, right now it's kind of reminding me of like bits and pieces of a bunch of different fantasy books that I've already read, because she has this guy, he says that he loves her and she doesn't love him, so it's like the classic like first guy whatever from her hometown that she kisses sometimes, like that's kind of like a common trope in fantasy books. I feel I've read that quite often. I mean, I'm going to read some more of it today and then decide if I'm going to continue or DNF. The cover is pretty and I like the author, so I want to like it, but I'm really having a hard time doing so. Hey guys, sorry, it's 5 in the morning, so apologies. I have to go start getting ready. I'm going to my run club soon, but I didn't get to film it all yesterday. So sorry, but I did read. I finished For the Wolf. So today is day 20, yesterday day 19. On day 18 I started For the Wolf, and yesterday on day 19 I finished it and I rated it 2 stars. Honestly, this is the first book by Hannah Whitten. Yes. I really enjoyed her second series, The Foxglove King, I mentioned already. For the Wolf is like a combination of Where the Dark Stands Still, which I love by the way, Uprooted, and every other fantasy book where comes in contact with a man who is dark and mysterious and people are scared of him, but he's actually a protector of the woods, and there's a dark magic, and then she helps him with the woods. That's like the same exact plot in all of those. I really liked Where the Dark Stands Still. I would say if you were gonna read any book with this plot, go for that one. And For the Wolf, no, I'm sorry. It felt very juvenile. The writing didn't seem as good as it did in The Foxglove King, but I believe it was her first book, so I'll give her some grace, because I read the first book that Rebecca Ross published, and that one was not good in my opinion. Not good. So hey, everyone starts somewhere, and it gets to a point where if you read a lot of books, you're comparing someone's first ever book to someone's 20th book, and like sometimes it's more obvious when a debut is a debut. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I start a new book today. Yesterday I did read over the 2 45-minute reading sessions, but I didn't, so I wanted to go ahead and finish that book because I was just not feeling it. So I really have no idea what to start, but I'm going to start it today after my run club, so I will see you guys then. I just finished my run club. We go to this coffee shop, and I got a iced shaken espresso with almond milk and honey, and it's really good. But I still have no idea what I want to read today. Hey guys. So yesterday after my run club, my day was pretty busy yesterday. I was pottery painting and then we went golfing later. Very busy day, but in between I did get to do some reading, and I actually read a whole book. Want to know what that book was? The Bear and the Nightingale. Want to know what I rated it? 2 stars. I was not a fan. I liked the concept. I liked the like fairy tale aspects, I guess, like the atmosphere I really liked. didn't care about the characters, didn't really care about the story that much. It's kind of like, I don't know, it just feels like everything I've been reading recently. I feel like, I mean, that's kind of on me. I feel like I have heard people compare this to like Uprooted. I need to get away from this whole subgenre right now. I'm just kind of burnt out on it, clearly. But I also have book 2 and 3 in this series, because I didn't really care for this one. I'm gonna be unhauling all of them. This is the last day of week 3, which, yippee, we're doing it. I have no idea what to read next. I think I'm going to try to read Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross. This one and then A River Enchanted are the only ones that I have left that I own that I haven't read by her. Now, we'll see. A Queen's Rising was a miss for me, but Divine Rivals and Dreams Lie Beneath was a hit, so guess we'll see where this one falls. I'm gonna go start the first 45-minute reading session. I don't really know much about this book. It says, after 8 years, Evadne will finally be reunited with her older sister, who has been serving in the Queen's army. But when Hal returns a day early, Eve immediately knows something is wrong. Hal is on the run after being charged with murder. What? Though her life is spared during trial, the punishment is heavy. 5 years hard labor, 5 years imprisonment, and 5 years serving the house she has wronged. To absolve her sister, Eva volunteers to serve the army commander's house in Hal's stead, in the hopes of uncovering the truth behind her alleged crimes. But as the sisters begin their sentences, they quickly learn that their fates are much worse than death. Sounds interesting, actually. It sounds like nothing I've read before. Good. I'm tired of reading stuff that's like the same thing. This is the map. Honestly, what I've read so far, it sounds almost like Greek mythology-esque. It's an original young adult fantasy novel set in an entirely fictional Greek-inspired world with its own unique gods and magical artifacts. Okay, so wait, I kind of hate with that. I picked that up so quick. Hey Leo. I just finished my 45 minutes and I read through part 1. Okay, it looks like 3 parts. I'm interested so far. Her sister has come back and right now she's having a trial, and it seems like her and the person she killed romantically involved. That's what the other people are alluding to. She says it was an accident. They were supposed to be learning how to fight even with their eyes closed, so they decided to duel with their eyes closed, and she accidentally delivered a fatal blow. She was scared, so she ran. But this guy is this that she killed is the son of the general or something. I think he's a general. He's a son. Girl, you're done. You're done for. It's like okay. No. It's like okay. I think I still am in like a slump. I'm in like a mini slump. Like, I'm not in a slump where I can't read. I can read. I'm just not enjoying what I'm reading. I need another coffee. Holy. I read Just for the Summer and I loved it, so I don't know, maybe it's just the books. These are books on my TBR. TBR is getting low, people. Low for me. Don't get too excited. I will go over all of the stats for my TBR today once I finish. I'll go over my stats before we close out this week. I'll be right back here tomorrow, but you'll see me next week. I used the La Colombe cold brew. Best cold brew. Don't want to hear it. Best cold brew out there. Like cold brew that comes made, because I'm not at the point where I'm gonna be making my own cold brew. Love their coffee. Oh my god. gosh. They also have like a couple locations, but I've been to the one of the ones in New York, and it was like one of the best experiences of my life. And I'm going to New York this summer, so you better bet your bottom dollar I'm forcing my family to go. Neither of them drink coffee like that. If you're gonna drink coffee, this is the one to do it with. I don't want to try to finish this book. I still have 2 parts left, so I'm definitely, if I finish, I will definitely be reading past the 45-minute mark, but I kind of want to finish out another book before starting week 3. Just tell you all of my thoughts now, and so I can start the new week with a fresh slate new book. Finish Sisters of Sword and Song. The long names are really taking me out. I rated this 3 stars. I didn't really care for the characters. The story was unique, and I appreciated the relationship between the sisters. But I was honestly really dragging my feet. I was kind of bored. I was kind of actually really bored. I don't know, maybe I am in a reading slump, guys. I don't know, because I'm reading. Is that still considered a reading slump? Is it just when you can't read, or is it also when you're not enjoying anything you're reading? Or is it just the books that I'm picking? I guess you'll have to come back next week to find out, because we did have our first 5-star read of this challenge. We lost some, but we won one, okay? Can't win them all, but if I'd have to recommend anything I read during week 3, during week 3, it would be Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. The other books, nah, I just wouldn't. They kind of all were the same. I love fairy tale whimsical books. I love them. Some of my favorites are them, but these ones just didn't do it for me. I don't know. Is it the books? Is it the authors? Is it me? No. Not me. When I was reading all of the other books, I just kept thinking to myself, should I DNF this and then read it, like try to read it another time? But I'd say no, and I just powered through. So I don't know if that was the best choice, but you know, I read it either way, so I feel like even if I read it when I was in a better reading mood, would I have liked it more? Guess we'll never know. This upcoming week, I'm going to be reading the Daughter of No World series, or at least I'm going to be starting it. Or one of these weeks, maybe next week, I want to kind of try to focus on reading started series, because there are quite a bit of series that I'm in the middle of, and some of them I just haven't read the last book. Girl, get serious. I'm definitely a mood reader, so I guess we'll just see where the wind takes me. Let's go over the stats, because we got some kind of exciting news. When I started this challenge, my TBR was at 102 books. At the end of week 3, my TBR is at 85 books. It hasn't been this low in, ooh! I have no idea. I actually have no idea the last time it was below 100. There was a point when my TBR was over 200. We're doing great, honestly. Going through some of my older books on my TBR has taught me that I need to be doing more research when purchasing books. At least I've learned that. Out of the 85 books, 51 of them are fantasy, 12 romance, 22 other. 12 of them are from 2023. Still, 12 from 2024, 37 from 2025. That was a big spending year. And 24 from 2026. 25 of the books on my TBR are a part of started series, and a good portion of these are the last book in the series. What am I doing? I need to read these books finally. Seriously, like some of these, I started these series back in like 2023. Am I even gonna remember the stuff? I guess we'll find out. I think I'll be okay. I think I'll be able to remember. I've read 73 books so far this year. So I'm doing pretty good. I think I set my reading challenge, or like my reading goal, for 150. I just didn't want to set it high. Like, so I know that's high. Let me bring myself back down to earth. I know that's high and still insane. But I didn't want to set it so high that I became stressed about it. Or like, oh, I can't fall behind in my reading goal. Like, it's not that deep. Reading should be fun. So I didn't want to do that to myself. But I did want to set one just for the fun of it. But last year, over the years, I'm progressively reading more and more. In 2022, I read 40 books. In 2023, I read 112. 2024, I read 186. 2025, I read 263. Hello? Literally, hello? That's insane. Like, I don't think I'm gonna read that much this year. I can just tell you that right now. 126? What was I doing all year? Seriously. Like, that's insane to me. Like, okay, well, I was still in school. I was still in school last year, so I was reading a lot for school too. So, okay, it's not as insane as we both might be thinking it is. I originally said that I wanted to get my TBR down to 75 by the end of the 75 reading challenge, or 75 booked reading challenge, and I feel like we got that in the bag. I feel like we got that. I feel like it's gonna go lower. I hope. One day, my dream, it won't happen in this challenge, I can tell you that right now. My dream is to get my TBR down to 20 books. Like, it just makes me feel so light and airy, no? If I do get to that point, I need to, like, try to keep it there. Like, if I read a couple books and get my TBR down, then I can go get more books. Like, I have to have, like, some kind of control. I hope that this challenge will help me with that, because I just can't pass up a deal. If there's a book on sale, like if I go in person and I find a used book that I've been wanting and it's like $6, I'm sorry, I have to get it. What if I never find this opportunity again? You better bet your bottom dollar I'm not paying $25 for a book. Are you serious? Then I might not even like, who knows? Who knows if I'll even like it? $25? Sometimes upwards of freaking 32. Like, you are robbing me blind. I'm not doing it. I can't pass up the opportunity. What do you mean I can get a book for over 50% off? At the cost of me having too many books unread on my shelf. Like, that's a better financial decision, I think. It makes sense to me. And I think that's all that really matters at the end of the day. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I would love for you to join me next week. This reading challenge has been eye-opening. We're gonna keep rolling. Turn on the bell notification so you can see when I post. Let me know what you read this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.